Okay, you guys, namaskaram. So, I think in my previous video, I talked about self improvement becoming this toxic thing wherein you're just improving for the sake of external validation, and how just the simple act of accepting yourself in truest light can kind of fix your being. But then one more problem comes. So, it's from the same client, but just going a little bit deeper is this thing about. External people's opinions kind of affecting us. So I think I've talked a lot about it, but it's always better to just think in new tangents, read, keep on reading, and updating your knowledge. So there's a psychologist. His name is Dr. Michael Gervais, if I'm pronouncing it correctly. So he had coined this word called FOPO, the fear of other people's opinion. He calls it a hidden epidemic, the single biggest chokehold on our human potential. Basically, this thing is wired in our DNA. For our ancestors, fitting in wasn't about being popular, it was about survival. So, you have all heard these stories about hunter gatherers walking in packs, and if one used to go away, he would die. So, getting kicked out of the tribe was basically a death sentence. Social rejection meant losing access to food, protection, safety, and maybe procreation to somewhat level. The act of not finding mates. So our brains have been evolved to see this thing, this social judgment, as a real threat on the same level as I think a lion who is just kind of coming to eat us. And then you see the whole system from childhood. We are seeking our parents' approval, then we go to school. If we do one wrong thing, we are just beaten out to hell or just shunned from everyone, be it our peers, be it our teachers. We get graded, ranked, compared, whatnot. We are basically trained to look outside of ourselves for permission to feel okay. They'll tell me how I am. Is my performance well? Then I'll validate myself. You see this whole framework, how still our mind is in the jungle gatherer. This creates a vicious inner critic and a nagging feeling that we're not quite good enough, which follows many of us. I think a lot of us right into our adulthood. In the modern world, let's say some don't go for those promotions, some don't take those risks of those businesses. This ancient writing and social conditioning has completely made humans berserk. We are worried about being cast out of a tribe. We are terrified of the just snarky comment. Some people have this problem of other people unfollowing them, office gossips, office politics, and a brain trying its best to protect us. It's the same panic button. It's no wonder anxiety is on the rise. So, one recent survey, I was reading this, had found that I think close to 32%, 33% of adolescents have an anxiety disorder, and the main reason for it is social media, because they get this self-worth from social media. And a lot of teenagers were spending a lot of time on social media, double the risk of depression and anxiety. So what's the turning point? How we can kind of free ourselves from the fear that we have of other people's opinion? So first things first is just accepting this fact that we cannot please everyone. There's just a limited number of people, as some might call it finding your own tribe, finding your own people. You just need to find them rather than appeasing to 100 people. It's better to appease 10 or 15 of them which genuinely vibe with you. So that's the first subtle mindset shift that you need to have in your, let's say, mind. The second is this thing I had talked about very earlier in my videos, the spotlight effect. We think that the entire world is focusing on us, like just like a spotlight is on our head. We feel that the entire world are looking and judging our actions, patterns, and things like that. But you just need to flip this. The more you're aware that whatever I'm thinking, it's just my own imagination, you become just free of that. And don't have this imaginary jury in your head decide your value. The only way out is to like fire that jury inside your head and hire yourself in their place. Seat yourself at the center rather than having other people's opinions and validations at the center of your being. Have your own being at the center. So let's say if I have to take a very practical example, a lot of people say that I am good if people think my work is good. Flip this. My work is good because I am showing up and staying true to my mission. So you see a subtle shift that you're just doing things from the right center instead of seeking validation from the outside world. Depth over noise, courage over comfort, curiosity over coolness. Instead of thinking what will they think, what is their opinion, just flip that out. Does it align with my core beliefs? Does it align with my philosophy? And then once you kind of get these two to three things out of the way, just practice. Because practice makes a man perfect. Just small acts of freedom, anything that could help you get that exposure to change these deep seated beliefs, negative beliefs within you. I think for some, it can be as simple as going to a movie alone, talking with a very close friend with a very open heart, and things like that. But I think, yeah, I just wanted to kind of speak on this and make us aware that there's a much, much bigger life outside the prison that we sometimes have in our hearts. It's important to let go of that prism and free yourself like a free bird. So those were like two to three cents which I wanted to share. Let me know what you feel about it. And until then, this is Debashish Pindra from Debu Ki Dastak signing off. Cheers. Bye.